Hey guys, it's Pokemon Productions back here again for a very special video on a very special day. Why is it a special day, you may ask? Well, today is January the 20th, and for those of you who were around on January 20th, 2006, then most of you who were around on that day would know that that was the release date of High School Musical on the Disney Channel. So today is High School Musical's 15th anniversary. And that's why I'm actually calling today High School Musical Day, or HSM Day if you want to get technical. Anyway, I know that if COVID wasn't around, then everyone would just be wanting to maybe throw a party to celebrate the franchise. But since we can't do that, I thought I'd do something a bit different to celebrate it. I'm going to be giving you my top 5 songs from the first High School Musical. Not the second or third, just the first. Why the first, you may ask? Well, because this was the release date of the very first movie. So I guess this is like the franchise, and so it's the anniversary of not just the first movie, but the franchise as a whole. And why a top 5? Well, it's because there's only 9 songs in the movie, and I felt like if I tried to do them all, it'd just be ranking them all worst to best. And plus, I'm not going to be, and that wouldn't be counting, I just can't take my eyes off of you from the soundtrack, but that's just a bonus. So if you're all ready, let's do it. Number 5 would be Stick to the Status Quo, which is the 5th song in the movie. Now for those of you who can't remember, Stick to the Status Quo was sung in the cafeteria by almost all of the cast of High School Musical, where all the characters in the different cliques were talking about all their different, their styles, what they like and what they don't like. And they're also talking about their secret passions. So Zeke Baylor, the basketball player, he likes to bake. Martha Cox, the brainiac, she likes to do hip-hop dancing. And one of the skaters, called Ripper, yes, I even know his name, he plays the cello. Now, to all those cliques who found out about Zeke's baking, Martha's hip-hop, and Ripper's cello playing, they all reacted in a very, very shocked way. And they all basically weren't happy about it. And they just kept telling them to stick to the stuff that they were good at. And the song and the scene in the movie, the final bit in the scene, it's Gabriella with her school lunch. She's trying to make her way past the crowd, and she slips on something, and her player nachos fell right onto Sharpay, something she did not take lightly. So anyway, the whole reason I'm putting Stick to the Status Quo at the bottom of the list is because why I did feel it was a good song, I felt like it wasn't really that. Well, actually, the reason I put it on number 5 is that while it was a good song, it basically was everyone singing about everyone. The message was stick to the stuff that you know, but that's not exactly a very good message. And so that's the whole reason I put it on the bottom. Anyways, at number 4 on the list would be the reprise of What I've Been Looking For, which is the Troy and Gabriella version. This song was first sung by Sharpay and Ryan Evans. Now, while I liked that version, I'm going to have to give that version an honourable mention. I did like it. I liked it a lot. But the song was originally supposed to be about romance, but Sharpay and Ryan made it about sibling love and respect that the siblings have for each other. Now that I like, but to be honest, I prefer the tone it was intended for, which is what Troy and Gabriella did. I like the slow-paced music and how Troy and Gabriella always make the lyrics sound much more romantic than Sharpay and Ryan did. The only reason I didn't put it higher is because it wasn't really that long. It only lasted 1 minute and 13 seconds. Yes, that long. Number 3 is Start of Something New, which is the very first one. I like that I don't really use this term often, but it was the movie's meet cute, where Troy and Gabriella first meet. And they start singing together, and at first they're nervous, but then they just start, then their vocals start building up and up and up until they're belting them out. That's what I like about the song. It gives Troy and Gabriella some character development, where initially they are reluctant to sing, but towards the end, they are just belting the lyrics out, and it was brilliant. And I don't really understand how everyone could actually cheer when Troy took off his jacket. Don't know why. Maybe because he's a really good, because he's a bit of a looker. I mean, everyone at East High certainly thinks so. Anyway, number 2 is the final song from the movie, We're All in This Together. Now, this one is sung by every single member of the movie since it's the grand finale. It's sung in the East High gym, and I like how it actually tells us that teamwork is essential for survival and getting the job done. There's always a lyric in there about teamwork, and that's what I like about it. It's plus it's a really catchy beat, and the Wildcat breakdown I found very, very difficult to dance along to. I really have trouble remembering all the moves. The main dance I can do with ease, but the Wildcat breakdown I really need to work on. Seriously, I really need to work on it. Now, you may be wondering I bet most of you already know what I've put at number 1. But before I do that, I'd like to give another quick honourable mention. And that honourable mention goes to Bop to the Top. Now, Bop to the Top is another Sharpay and Ryan song. I like it, but I don't think it's actually... I think it could have been better if it was a little bit longer. It only lasted about between 2 and 3 minutes, maybe 2.5 minutes? I'm not sure. Anyway, and I think Sharpay went a bit overboard on the glitz and glamour, whereas Ryan just went for a typical hat and suit. And to be honest, I kind of like that about Ryan, because he always goes casual, where he's not as... I don't think he's as glitzy as Sharpay is. No wonder he's always seen as a sidekick in the first film. Actually, now that I think about it, I'd like to give another honourable mention to Get Your Head in the Game, which is sung by the basketball team. Troy can't get the thought of Gabriella and musical auditions out of his head, and that's clashing with his thoughts about the basketball game that's coming up. He's basically in a state of confusion. In order to quote, his head's in the game, but his heart's in the song. That basically means that he's having an internal struggle as to what he wants to do. But eventually he decides he can do both. Anyway, I'm sure you already know this, but number 1 on my list is the 8th song in the movie, Breaking Free. Now, Breaking Free it's brilliant. It's the moment in High School Musical that I always look forward to. It's Troy and Gabriella's callback audition for the Winter Musical, and the song's lyrics actually give a strong message. Just be yourself. That's what it's telling you to do. Be yourself. And to be honest, if anyone was telling you just to be yourself, I couldn't think of a better song to do it with than Breaking Free. I seriously think that's why Breaking Free is my number 1 High School Musical song. Because it just gives out the message, be yourself. No matter what anyone else is saying, be yourself. So thank you all for joining me for my top 5 High School Musical 1 songs, and I hope you all have a happy High School Musical day. To all you High School Musical fans out there, have a happy High School Musical day. Now, before I sign off, I've got one final message for you. Let me know in the comments what you thought about my opinions and my list. And if you have any favourites, let me know in the comments below. I'd love that. I'd love to hear what your favourites are. Also, if you want me to do this type of list again for High School Musical 2 and High School Musical 3, you could let me know in the comments, and I'll be sure, and I may get to it. All feedback, it'll be greatly appreciated, guys. I'd appreciate a bit of feedback. So, see you next time. Happy High School Musical Day, and Pokemon Productions signing off until next time.